afternoon. I want to welcome you here to another one of our Jazz Vespers. My name is Craig Updegrove, and I help coordinate these events. If you've been to Jazz Vespers, you know that we have a reception afterwards, and we invite you to come over there to our fellowship hall right around the corner, and we'll have some wine and cheese and crackers and cookies and watermelon, and you get to talk with the musicians and each other. So please join us there. I want to thank all of our helpers that work together to put on these Vespers, and particularly Ray McKelvey, who is time after time, he designs these programs, prints them, folds them, does the whole thing, and pays for it all. So thank you, Ray. Wanted to alert you about our upcoming Jazz Vespers. We do this on even-numbered months. And on our next one, October 6th, if I told you our next artist has played at the Monterey Jazz Festival before, I think you'd be impressed. If I told you that he's played there over 20 times, you'd probably be more impressed. Bruce Philbin, an internationally known jazz artist, will be our guest that day, along with Ron McCarley on saxophone. Ron, of course, is the director of jazz studies out at Cuesta College and has been here at Jazz Vespers and other events here at the church. Bruce Philbin has been on numerous recordings with the biggest names in jazz. He's been on several movie soundtracks, including the $1 Million Baby of Clint Eastwood. He's literally one of the best jazz guitarists in the world, and he will be with us on October 6th. So you should be here with us too. And then December 22nd, the annual Christmas Jazz Vespers. This will be at 7 o'clock on December 22nd. It's the last Sunday before Christmas. For the fourth consecutive year, headlining will be Inge Swearingen. With this year, it'll be the Marshall Otwell Quartet. Marshall, a wonderful pianist. He accompanied the legendary jazz singer Carmen McRae for 7 or 8 years. Also in that group will be Ken Husted on bass, Darryl Voss on drums, and Jeff Miley on guitar, who was here last time with Dave Becker's group. The best way to keep up to date with Jazz Vespers is on Facebook, Jazz Vespers SLO. In your program, there's a reference to that. So please follow us there if you do Facebook, like it and share it and all that stuff. But you will see videos from previous Jazz Vespers there and our upcoming schedule. As always, thank you so much for your donations. This program is completely funded by your donations, and your donations go 100% to the Jazz Vespers program. So you've been very generous, and so thank you for your donations in the boxes there at the doors. Usually, we have a short message as part of the Vespers. Today, that message will be given in readings by 3 readers, Tim and Margot Smith and Susan Updegrove. Thank you guys for that. They will do readings that were selected by our guest artist, Judy Philbin, who has designed a program to link these readings with her tunes. And in doing so, Judy's really captured the essence of what we try to do at these Jazz Vespers presentations, which is music to uplift the heart and soul. Judy Philbin is a wonderful vocalist, a dear friend, a longtime friend, who has been a fixture on the Central Coast for decades. She actually grew up in this church. You did grow up, didn't you? In addition to her work in small groups, she is a master of numerous musical genres. She sings classical, musical theater, world music, just a few of the genres that she sings in. She's sung for hospice organizations for over 20 years. One of her CDs, Candle in the Window, is internationally known and features songs of healing and comfort after loss. She's also very active in our community. She's the president of the board of directors of Canzona, which is a wonderful all-female choral ensemble here in town, and is also a DJ on KCBX every other Monday night for her show Pacific Standard Time, where she presents music of the Great American Songbook. So today, accompanied by Ken Hustad on bass and Brett Mitchell, we have Judy, who's both a gifted vocalist and someone who really knows how to tell a story with her singing. So please welcome this gifted trio of musicians led by Judy Philbin.
Wow, thank you, Kurt. We have to live up to this, guys. Exactly. I do want to thank each and every one of you for being here this afternoon, because it's just very special to be able to share music that's important to me, that has meaning to me with those of you here. The songs that I picked, many of them are outside the traditional jazz genre, because a lot of the songs written for jazz are about love, romantic love. And I didn't really want to stand up in here and sing like I'm an errand girl for love or something like that. So we've stretched our boundaries out into a lot of different genres, but together with Brett and Ken, we are jazzifying them. And I want each one of you, along with the music and the readings that I've picked, I hope you each take home some special nuggets that you'll be able to ponder for the week to come and enjoy it.
From the prayer of St. Francis Assisi. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. And where there is sadness, joy.
word, take my word, we would treasure each day that appeared. 'Cause my world would be such a beautiful place where we could weave such wonderful dreams. And my world would have a smile on its face, like the man in the moon has when the moon beams. If I ruled the world, everyone would say the world was a friend, and there'd be happiness that no one could end. Yes, my friend, not if I rule the world. Every head would be held up high, there'd be sunshine in everyone's sky. If the day ever dawned when I ruled the world.
Now we're reading from Isaiah 41, verses 10. Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you, I will help you, I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. And from Galatians 6:2, carry each other's burdens, and in this way you will fulfill the law of Christ.
You've got a friend in me. You've got a friend in me. When the road looks rough ahead and you're miles from your nice warm bed, just remember what that good book said. Yeah, you've got a friend in me. Yeah, you've got a friend in me. You've got a friend in me. Oh yeah, you've got a friend in me. You've got troubles then, I've got 'em too. There ain't nothing in this world I wouldn't do for you. We'll stick together, we'll see it through, 'cause you've got a friend in me. You've got a friend in me. Now some other folks might be a little smarter and bigger or stronger too. But none of them could ever love you the way that I do. It's just me and you, and as the years go by, our friendship will never die. 'Cause you're gonna see it's our destiny. 'Cause you've got a friend in me. Yeah, you've got a friend in me. that is maybe an updated version of what a friend we have in Jesus. Not an exact translation. There was a boy, a very strange, enchanted boy. They say he traveled very far, over land and sea. A little shy, but so sad of eye, but very wise was he. And then one magic day, he came my way, and as we spoke of many things, fools and kings, this he said to me: the greatest thing that you'll ever learn is just to love and be loved in return.
is just to love and be The wisdom of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3. There is a time for everything, and a season for every activity under the heavens. A time to be born, a time to die, a time to plant, a time to uproot, a time to weep, and a time to laugh, a time to mourn, and a time to dance.
When lonely feelings chill the meadows of your mind, just think when winter comes, can spring be far behind? Beneath the deepest snow,
And now, a reading from Sutta Nipata, part of the direct teachings of the Buddha. May all beings be filled with joy and peace. May all beings everywhere, the strong and the weak, the great and the small, the mean and the powerful, the short and the long, the subtle and the gross. May all beings everywhere, seen and unseen, dwelling far off or nearby, being or waiting to become, may all be filled with lasting joy.
When you're smiling, when you're smiling, the whole world smiles with you. When you're laughing, the sun comes shining through. But when you're crying, you'll bring on the rain. So stop your crying and just be happy again. When you're smiling, the whole world smiles with you. When you're smiling, oh yeah, the whole world smiles with you. And when you're laughing, then the sun comes shining through. When you're crying, oh, you bring out the rain. So stop your crying, then be happy again. When you're smiling, the whole world smiles, the whole world smiles, the whole world smiles with you. I'm actually going to give these guys a break, and I'll explain why. As Craig mentioned, for a number of years I have sung for grief support events, mostly through Hospice Light of a Life ceremonies. There's many of you are familiar with that, where usually in December, in a month of a lot of holidays, people have an opportunity to gather around and remember and honor their loved ones at a time that can be very stressful. And I decided at one point in time that I would like to compile those songs and some others, because people would say to me, wow, that song you sang, it really helped put into words what I've been feeling. So I wanted to do that so people could carry that with them. And this is one of the songs, I'm going to do it for you, that came across the table, so to speak. And when I started working on it, it just kind of magically happened that it was exactly the same time as when the Vocal Arts Ensemble was hosting its very first International Choral Festival. Some of you may remember that. A number of wonderful choirs were there, and one of them was from Uganda. Now, this song was originally written for a group called Sweet Honey in the Rock, which is out of Washington, D.C. Their mission is it's a performing group that perpetuates and educates on the culture and history through music of African and African American culture and history. And this will all come together at one point. So I was working with an arranger at the time, and he said, wow, that would be really cool to get that Ugandan choir to record the background tracks. I said, well, let's try it. They were going to be here a week in San Luis Obispo. So there was quite a bit of back and forth. I think there was some cultural norm that I still have no idea what it was. But finally, they were leaving Saturday night. Friday, I get the word that 12 out of the choir would do this with me. So I ran in and I taught them their pieces, and then got a couple of friends. We drove everybody up to Tascadero, where the studio was, and recorded the background tracks. I tell you this because they are here with us this afternoon, thanks to the technology of sound reproduction. Anyway, you are going to hear in the background the Christ the King Church of members of the Christ the King Church of Kampala, Uganda. And I very much like the song. It pays tribute to those people in our life who helped raise us, who helped make us who we are. And when they're gone, they are still with us because we are who we are.
I am sitting here wanting memories to teach me to see the beauty in the world through my own eyes. I am sitting here wanting memories to teach me to see the beauty in the world through my own eyes. You used to rock me in the cradle of your arms. You said you'd hold me till the pains of life were gone. You said you'd comfort me in times like these, and now I need you. Now I need you. And you are gone. I am sitting here wanting memories to teach me to see the beauty in the world through my own eyes. Since you've gone and left me, there seems so little beauty, but I know I saw it clearly through your eyes. Now the world outside seems such a cold and bitter place. Here inside I have few things that will console. And when I try to leave your voice above the storms of life, then I remember all the things that I was told.
1 to 14. At that time, the disciples came to Jesus, saying, "Who is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven?" And calling to him a child, Jesus said to them, "Truly, I say unto you, unless you turn and become like children, you will never enter the kingdom of heaven. Whoever humbles himself like this child is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven. Whoever receives one such child in my name receives me."
Happiness is finding a pencil, pizza with sausage, telling the time. Happiness is learning to whistle, tying your shoe for the very first time. Happiness is playing the drum in your own school band. And happiness is walking hand in hand. Happiness, it's two kinds of ice cream, knowing a secret, climbing a tree. And happiness, it's 5 different crayons, catching a firefly, setting it free. Then happiness is being alone every now and then. And happiness is coming home again. Happiness is morning and evening, daytime and nighttime too. 'Cause happiness is anyone and anything at all. That's love for you. Happiness, it's 2 colored crayons, knowing a secret, climbing a tree. And happiness, it's 2 kinds of ice cream, catching a firefly and setting it free. Then happiness is singing together when day is through. And happiness is those who sing with you, and I promise you'll get the chance later. Happiness is morning and evening, daytime and nighttime too. 'Cause happiness is anything and anyone at all. That's love wall about 8 measures, and these guys are just there. Give them a hand. It's great to work. It's great to work with the best. Yeah. Okay. The sea, the sky, and you and I. The sea, the sky, and you and I. We're all blue. All shame is gone. We're all blue. Some lose our sight, and some lose our light. Dark and sad, we're all blue. All shades of you. We're all unusual. It was written by Miles Davis in 55, somewhere around there. And so the part that I was doing is more of the trumpet sound over this kind of prescribed foundation. It's a wonderful, wonderful song. And then lyrics were put to it.
This is a teaching from the Indian mystic Meher Baba. Love has to spring spontaneously from within. It is in no way amenable to any form of inner or outer force. Love and coercion can never go together. But through love, though love cannot be forced on anyone, it can be awakened in that person through love itself. Love is essentially self-communicative. Those who do not have it catch it from those who have it. True love is unconquerable and irresistible, and it goes on gathering power and spreading itself until eventually it transforms everyone whom it touches.
Again, I want to thank each one of you for being here this afternoon and sharing this time with the three of us. Want to particularly thank Ken Husted and Brett Mitchell for taking thanks to Brett for helping a lot with the arrangements that we heard today. Really appreciate that. Craig, do you have anything that you wanted to say before our last number? I think that Bruce Foreman coming on October 6th, right?
October
I heard
6th.
Bruce a number of times, and he's well worth coming out for, so don't miss it.
Just a note that the program says October 4th, but it is October 6th. Just so if you, yeah.
Ooh, missed that one.
Okay. Well, you'll know it's on a Sunday, so definitely make it.
The only other thing is, hope to see you then, and please join us after this next song for some refreshments across the patio there.
Right. The reading before, I just wanted to say something that's interesting. As I was putting together the music for this, 3 out of the maybe 9 songs were written for children. And I thought, how appropriate. One is Your Good Man, Charlie Brown. One is Toy Story. And that last one that we just did was written for a children's choir back in the 1950s. And I thought, well, how interesting that songs written for children have a lot in them. And so I was glad to be able to draw on that. Maybe we all need to go back to kindergarten and things would be a lot better. Oh, some of us never left. Ken reminded me. I don't think we played bass that well in kindergarten. I can guarantee you didn't do that. I threatened that you would be singing with me. So this last number, many of you have heard it, and I'm just going to have you sing along. If you can sing some harmony, that would be awesome. We had a reading by Meher Baba. That was before the Let There Be Peace on Earth song. And Meher Baba is also responsible for the lyric, much of the lyric or the theme in this song that we're going to do. He was an Indian mystic, and Bobby McFerrin took his words. His words were originally, his teachings were, do your best, live your best life, do what you can to make the world a better place, and then let it go. When you've done your best, be happy. And so so the words got translated to "Don't worry, be happy." And Bobby McFerrin wrote this song. So we're going to sing along. And thanks again. We'll meet you in the room right over there for some wine and cookies and fun.
Okay, let's think.
Here's a song that Bobby wrote. You might want to learn it note for note. Don't worry. Be happy. In every life there comes some trouble. When you worry, you make it double. So don't worry. There you go. Be happy. This is the bridge. You can whistle. Do, 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 do. If you can't sing. Do, 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 do. Some good whistlers out there. Do it again. Do, 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 do. There you go. You thought I was going to make him sing.
Don't worry. I won't sing.
He actually sings well. Ain't got no cash, ain't got no style, ain't got no girl to make you smile. Don't worry. Here we go. Be happy. happy. 'Cause when you worry, your face will frown, and that's gonna bring everybody down. So don't worry. Oh, there you go. Don't worry. Be happy. Oh, I love it. Let's sing. You can add some harmony if you want.
White Cat Mason, that's me.
Here we go. Ain't got no place to lay your head. Somebody come and take your bed. Don't worry. You guys are great. Be happy.
Be very happy.
So you're sad your children moved away? Just wait. They may be back someday. So don't worry. Just be happy. Don't worry. Be happy. Here we go. Once more. Okay, you know when it's coming. Don't worry. Be happy. So don't worry. Be happy. One more time. You can sing with us.
Good luck with your meeting.